Hey, I'm Beth.
And I'm Jamarl.
And today I will be asking my husband juicy guy questions.
Dun dun dun!
Juicy! Take the juice out of that fruit and you get juice.
Okay.
I first saw this video on Jess and Gabriel's channel. We love watching them, they're really cool. So all of these questions have been taken from their video. I thought it would be really funny and kind of interesting to get another guy's perspective. So I'm going to ask Jamarl the same questions and he's going to answer from his opinion. Obviously this isn't in general what guys think. This is literally Jamarl's opinion and it may also apply to some other guys. Just a little disclaimer there. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I think I'm going to do alright with this.
Some of them are weird.
Really? I feel like I can only say what I think.
Well, I think there are like certain things that girls in general kind of want to know about guys, but it's a bit weird to ask guys, or like they're like, I wonder.
Just go up to
what
guys
you
on the
think?
street, just like.
Yeah.
So
This is for all the ladies out there who want to know the answers to these questions. Do boys get butterflies or giddy about girls?
Oh gosh, wow. I would say yeah. I don't think it's as like giddy and like, I don't know, in a kind of like childlike way when you're a kid and it's just like super fascinating and
Oh, okay.
it's I don't know, it's more like a kind of, there's definitely something. It's hard to describe though. It just comes.
It's hard to
across
describe butterflies in general, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like guys definitely
It's that
feel
kind of like fluttery feeling
Yeah.
when you like think of them or when you see them.
Yeah, I hate generalising because it just feels so. As soon as I generalise, someone's going to comment, "I'm not like that." It's just like, well, it just defeats the whole point. But from my perspective, I definitely felt like when I saw you, when I continue to see you, that I get that kind of like, oh, that's my wife, you know. When first meeting, physical attraction, and like when you talk to someone for that first time and they come across really awesome, it's like, oh wow, like you kind of, it's like, okay, I have to step up my game. This is real.
Yeah.
Categorically yes, but it just feels different.
Okay. Do guys feel stuff move around when they run?
As in stuff, you mean?
Stuff.
The junk.
The junk in the trunk.
Yeah, definitely. You have to wear like comfortable, like supportive underwear. I'm
like
not wearing
a bra for balls.
Yeah. If I'm playing football, if I'm doing sport, I'm not going to be wearing like really baggy underwear because
would it just like knock against your legs?
Stuff knocks against everything and it's not comfortable.
Is it something you're like consciously aware of all the time when you're running? Like,
not really, but that's why you wear supportive underwear. Like when I'm wearing my trunks that are like a bit more like.
Make them sound like they're Spanx or something.
It's like skin tight. No. When I'm wearing supportive underwear, you don't think about it.
So what is the cutest item of clothing on a girl?
Ooh, cute. So we're not saying sexy or like stuff that is leading on to.
We're like attractive.
Yeah.
Just in everyday life. So like a dress, a pair of jeans.
I don't know, because I feel like so many guys have different opinions. I think you look really cool in like really casual stuff, like really low-key stuff, just like jeans and Converse and maybe a crop top. And it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna go out, we're gonna take the skateboards out, we're gonna have fun, and it's cool, and I think you look really cute in that, especially in summer. And your sunglasses and like your hair's all like up, and it's just like we're friends, but you're also really hot and you're mine. But then some other guys really like their girls to be super feminine and always dressed, you know, with the heels and the kind of mini dresses and stuff. Not particularly my, like, I like it when you do it sometimes, but I don't feel like you have to do it all the time.
I don't even think I own a mini dress.
For me, anything that the girl really owns, that they feel themselves in and they can fully like express themselves in, it kind of edifies who they are. It's like, wow, not only do you look hot, but you're also like comfortable in your own skin, you're comfortable in what you wear. And then you're like, yeah, let's do this.
Right. Cool. Well answered. Does boob size really matter?
Oh, interesting. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's so hard to generalise, I hate it. Like, visually stimulating. I think men are very easily visually stimulated. Or in general, I hate generalising. But in general, like I'm talking, men are very easily visually stimulated.
Okay.
I think that as long as you're confident in your breast size, I feel like that's hotter, personally.
Yeah.
Like if you've got small boobs, but you're like super cool with it and you're confident and you're just like, yeah, that's who I am, and just own it. And it's like, it's fine, we move on. Like, it's not exactly a topic that we're gonna have a massive discussion about.
Boob guy or a butt guy? Is that a thing?
That's a thing for a lot of guys. But again, like, I don't really objectify women in that way. I think like part of it's so hard not to talk about me personally when generalizing about guys, because my personal opinion is that I intentionally don't like look at people like that, because I want to look at them in their humanity.
Very good.
So it's like, oh, it's so hard.
Very good.
But
You can look at my boobs anytime.
no matter what, it doesn't really matter. Long-term relationship wise, if you can like be confident in what you have, sorted.
Nice.
Gosh, this is hard. Feels like there's so much pressure.
Are you getting hot?
I am. I just feel like every guy is going to be commenting on this video like, this is so wrong, this is ridiculous.
Okay, you ready for this question?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. When dating, is sex the only thing guys think about?
This depends. It depends on where the guy is at. If the guy is like pursuing God, if we're talking about their religious or like spiritual motives at play, then he'll probably be thinking about it but being like, oh, I feel so bad for thinking about it. If a guy isn't like that at all and they have no kind of like worries about not having sex with someone they're not like in love with, then they probably 99% of the time are thinking about it. It's not all that we think about. At the same time, I feel like we would think about it more. No, I can't say that. No, I don't know. It's not all we think about.
I'm really enjoying watching you struggle here.
It's not all we think about, but we do think about it a lot.
Okay.
And like, I don't think that's bad. It just means that we have more of a journey of like self-control, maturing and being able to like see women for who they are and not just the sex objects.
Yeah.
But it's all to do with culture. Like, I can't answer this question without looking into culture. There's such a massive like sexualization, objectification culture that kind of indoctrinates men into this pattern before we even know it's a pattern.
Yeah, it's so true.
So it's like, what comes first, chicken or the egg? Obviously men naturally have innate sexual desires, but also we're taught from a very early age that we have to express them very like animalistically, and it's like unmanly to use self-control or humanize women.
Or respect.
Yeah.
Well done. You're doing well. Burning up.
Oh gosh.
Is it possible to be just best friends with a girl?
Oh, interesting. I used to think categorically no, but now I think it is possible depending on the relationship you're in. If you're single and you have really strong connection with that person and then you get into a relationship, I do think, I mean, you get into a relationship with someone who's not that person. Dog agrees with me, so wow, really?
Oh my days.
It's like a fight. I feel like if you're single and then you get into a relationship with someone else and then you're still best friends with that woman, you're still really close to that girl, you have to think about, okay, how does this impact my relationship? Am I willing to make some compromises to ensure and to put boundaries up to ensure that my relationship is safe? It's so obvious that there's going to be there needs to be a conversation.
There needs to be a conversation.
It's just like, yeah. So I think, not categorically, but I feel like, especially as a married man, I don't feel like there's any woman that could ever be that close to me. I'm really, really cautious about boundaries. And so like, I have some amazing female friends in my life who are really, really close. And I guess like, I would call them best friends in the sense that I really respect them and love them and really like honour them and stuff like that. But they're not getting to that level with me that my wife gets to. And so in that sense, my wife is my true best friend. I don't feel like I'm suddenly gonna like slip and fall into making some sort of ridiculous mistake. Like, I feel safe in myself.
Yeah.
And I'm confident.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how much do I want to let another woman into like super confiding? I mean, like, when you're spending a lot of time with someone, eventually you're going to confide in them a lot and stuff like that. And I think it's really powerful to have like both male and female perspectives in your life. But especially when you're married, you've really got to be careful and talk those things out and always prioritise your marriage. I'm not saying it's categorically impossible. I just think there needs to be strict boundaries in place to ensure the intimacy of your marriage or your relationship is still like the one, the thing. I feel like I've made these answers so long-winded.
Yeah, this video is going to be so long. Are guys always noticing other girls and looking at them?
Oh gosh. Not entirely. It is quite common, I think, for guys too.
Yeah.
I personally don't, but I feel like I would have 10 years ago. My default was, and I trained myself out of it, and I trained myself out of constantly looking at other women, because I think it is a kind of a side effect of the society we live in.
Yeah.
And the way that men have been kind of like indoctrinated by culture. So I feel like there is that. A lot of it I think is almost involuntary. It's as like crazy as it sounds, it's almost like it just is what
like
it is.
Subconscious.
Yeah, and you don't even realise you're doing it. That's when you realise it's not actually, it's so much deeper than just like, I want to be with another woman. It's not that at all. So I think those guys that are doing it, you know, it's just culture. It's not great. I think it's important just to focus on the one you have, which is what I do.
Does it float in the pool?
It doesn't like, it's not like a balloon. It doesn't like just shoot up as soon as you get in the pool. Like,
woo!
you're just like floating there by your,
it's like a gentle bob.
It's like a jellyfish, just like there.
I didn't even know that it floated, but I guess it would.
It just like kind of, yeah. It doesn't like sink, but it doesn't float. It's not like a lead weight.
Wow.
It's just
nice. Do men get nervous about their first time?
Yeah. I think it's more of a kind of, I want to perform kind of thing. I want to be able to make it good for her. Or I don't know, a lot of people, if it depends how your first time is. If your first time is literally, I just want to lose my virginity, I don't care what, I don't care when, I don't care who. I don't know, that wasn't my experience, so I can't speak for that, but it might be a bit more like, I'm just going to do it. But if it's in relationship and it's like someone you love and it's both your first times or it's your first time, and you know, either way, I think it's definitely a big deal. And it's like, it's important for men. I don't think it would necessarily look the same for men emotionally. It's more of a kind of like, there's a lot of social things about like performance that are kind of just really bad, and I could do a whole nother video about that. We can talk about that later. Yeah, like this is important. This is like first time being intimate with the person I love. I was nervous.
What do guys talk about on sleepovers?
Oh man, definitely like relationship stuff.
Yeah?
So like before you, it was definitely like girls and stuff. But that was when I was like a pubescent teenager, whereas like, you know, you've got all these hormones going on, and you just feel
you
like...
don't really have sleepovers as a married man as much now.
Not as much, no. I feel like I would now be talking really deep about like how we're going to leave a legacy for my children. And like... so like it's really shifted. But it definitely started with like relationships and like career stuff as well, like...
Football?
Yeah, so building a career, football and relationship stuff. Oh gosh.
Well done.
That was a struggle. If you can't tell already, I just hate generalising.
You did do really well.
I feel like I made my answers so long-winded just so I could make sure I fit everyone in and I don't feel like I've generalised too much.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment in the comments box to let us know how you feel about the questions. Also, whether you want a round two.
Round two.
A round two with some even juicier questions, if Jamarl can handle it.
Oh my god, I think I'll cry.
And please subscribe to our channel to see more of us, and we will see you next time.
Bye.